Welcome, everybody. My name is Thomas, and this is another After Action review of trading performance. Today is the 25th day of the ninth month of the year 2025. Yesterday, we started the new system V4 and version number 4, and today I just kept on trading it. We had 10 trades today. Let's just go look quickly at the results. So 19 trades total, 1.49. Yesterday, we had, I think, about 3.5, so we lost about 2 hours today. Still, our max and our minimum stay the same. Average R is about 0.1. The most important thing for me is still having the average win bigger than the average loss, which is great. We have a 9 to 10 win to loss ratio, so pretty much 50-50. As you can see, our cumulative R fell down a little bit, got a little bit at the end. Average R multiple, of course, evens out, and our histogram, we can see a lot of losses today. That kind of accumulated on this part of the histogram, but no, I mean, that's part of it. Given that I really feel good about the system and I want to trade 100 trades, I'm in 1/5 of that whole sample size, not even. I think there's a lot of trading to be done, and there's definitely some improvements that I've made, and I think I feel really good about the system, so it's fine. The coin model looks still favorable, almost 50% win rate with 1 to 4, 1.4 to 1 payout. So profitable system. Let's go look at the trades. So this is in uranium. Here's the opening. Here's the sell-off. Here, potential for an SSC. That's true. Unfortunately, given the fact, well, let me just make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, given that I want to frame the trades 3 to 1, this is the range stat. So I don't think I even have 2 to 1 to the range stat. So after this makes a plus range stat move, that kind of grabs my attention. I'm not here for this. There's definitely an entry here on a Kata 2, where you could just put you could put an R10 here somewhere and just say, I have to the second range stat. So there's an entry here. I just was trading something else. But after this this sell off, we have a higher low. So this is a really nice Kata 2. That has really big potential. There's an 8 to 1 to a second range stat. I don't know why I don't have this. Excuse that. This should be like, I think, trade number like 16 or something. Excuse that. So even if you would say in the afternoon or after this morning shenanigans, I think even a 4 to 1, what I would cut that to the second range stat move. So maybe even somewhere around here is not something that's unreasonable, given that it moved 1.3 range stats. So that's pretty good. So I take it just moves around and then mucks into a sideways squat channel. I get out. This is the last trade of the day. I was framing this now to the downside. As you can see, after this move up, it just starts to go down. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll probably ride that trend down. And when I saw this collapsing dragon, it was about 8 to 1 to the low of the day. I just say, well, let's cut it to 4 to 1, and that meets my criteria. Even if it wouldn't be 4 to 1 and maybe 3 to 1, I still have 3 to 1 to take it. So I did, and I got a no lose positive 4-2 out of it. So that was that. Let's look at BMI. So this one was, yeah. So right from the open, just moves around, jumps around. Here's a Kata 2. This was, since it was trade number 10, the first one, it was my mistake. I had the entry moved up slightly down, so it didn't really penetrate the RL10. The entry would have been either where I took it or just a little bit higher. The question is if it penetrated. I have to look at that, because maybe I did buy it when it penetrated that. I just knew the second I bought it, it didn't really feel like it was above the RL10. I'll have to look back at that. If it was, then it's an okay trade. If it not, then I think I just cost myself 0.83, because it just sold off immediately to the downside, which is, of course, fine. I was not in for this trade. Here, I tried the SSC after this huge sell-off. It already moved more than a range stat, so definitely I want to be on this thing. I try the SSC. It doesn't work. After it reverses and I get stopped out, it kind of reverses, moves up. So I start to follow it. Say, hey, let's try here on the Kata 2. This time I really made sure that I got in after it moved past the peak of the RL10. My trade frame was 8 to 1 to the high of the day. or 4 to 1 to the high of the day, given that it was the afternoon trade. And when this fails and reverses, there's a high, a lower high. So this is a kata 2 short. And given that this moved to a 1.03 range stats, it does have a potential to go down. So I was like, hey, it could go, halfway to the bottom of the second range stat. It had all this time to, and it didn't even get to the VWAP. So I was like, hey, there's definitely a frameable trade to the downside. So I took it, and it just reverses back, and just I get out at a almost minus 0.7 R loss. So all in all, for BMI, it was minus 2.56. This is Coca-Cola. So high, sells up, reverses. Here I buy it as it makes like a collapsing dragon right over here. And this is one of those interesting moments where I had my my 1R right around here, a little bit lower than the price that it actually got, but it was the same price. And I was thinking about this, that if my 1R target where I moved to no lose plus dinner for 2 is at the same price as where price is, I probably should move it. But like it wasn't there. Like if I could draw here, I don't know if I can draw here. I hope I didn't. Okay, just imagine that my entry was like a little bit, my 1R was like a little bit lower there. So I was thinking about it, and of course I hit my no lose position for 2 was hit, and then it just reversed down. So I was meditating on it with my higher self, and I just accepted that next time I'll just accept the full risk and wait for it to clearly penetrate this. I think either way it's fine. You could make a case for saying, hey, if 1R is price X and this hits price X and the difference is pretty much visual, or then maybe even taking this, if this would have reversed and gone up, I would have maybe talked differently. But I just think fully accepting the risk is something that I need to work on, so that's fine. So instead of these two kind of small wins, I would have had about a 1R win if I would have just kept it going. But that's fine, just an improvement on my part. And then here's the second entry. I get out at about plus 0.1R, and then I take an SSC, this huge sell-off. There's a really nice frameable trade, 5.8 to 1 to the high of the day, 8 to 5 to a range stat, 5 to 1 to the peak of the RL10. It's not even pretty much in the afternoon, so it's a great frameable trade. I get taken out at the PSAR for about minus 0.58, so total minus 0.3. And then a really nice kind of easy frameable trade for me was in FTNT. As you can remember, this is pretty much very similar to, I think, uranium at the start. But here, the SSC, we have 1, 2, 3, almost 4, or 3.8 to 1 to range that. So this is definitely frameable, while the other SSC wasn't. And this just grinds up beautifully, breaks above the VWAP, holds. We get taken out there at the PSAR, take 1R home, and that feels good. Here I kind of made a mistake, because when I got taken out, I was framing the kata too long, and just in time, I didn't get to the kata too short, because the bar was kind of like jumping around in the middle. And at the second when it closed, it generated the kata too short. So there's definitely a lower high. So this is a legit kata too short. The target is also pretty good. I think if I put a range stat down there, there's definitely 3, 4 to 1, easy. So I think I missed that one. And when I was looking back at it, it would have been probably like a no lose plus dinner for 2. So like a little bit 0.2 increase to the overall PL, profit loss. But that's just a learning curve for me. So overall, if I go look back, so overall, a 1.49R. I think given that I could have maybe gotten 1R with those 2 trades in Coca-Cola, maybe not taking that first trade, that's about 0.8R, or maybe not jump the gun a little bit. I'll have to go back at that. So I think this could have been probably about 3R, or at least 2.8, 2.9. So definitely some improvements on my part, but yeah, feeling still pretty good and learning. So having fun, that's the most important thing. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your attention. Thank you for your patience. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.